new armor customization, elephants on Avalanche, and a new challenge system. We take a look at all this as we dive into the world of Halo. What's going on, Crows? Scarecrow here, and before we get into the video, leave a comment down below what you would like to see implemented into Forge. My answer will be in the comments as well. Halo 3's PC flight has kicked off, and just like previous flights, the community has received it very well. 343 has taken it upon themselves to give us some quality of life improvements that we never knew we needed. The amount of vehicles added into the Forge was a nice surprise. In the original Halo 3 Foundry, we only had 6 vehicles, ranging from the Warthog to Wraiths. But with H3's PC release, that list has almost doubled. Of course, it does still have the original 6, but has added things like the Scorpion Tank, the Anti-Air Wraith, the Transport Warthog, Shade Turret, and the Ret Warthog. It is insane to think of the custom games that can be created with each of these vehicles. It is the first time we get to see the Transport Warthog in H3's multiplayer. While it does not allow you to mount anything but the driver's seat or passenger, it would be nice to see a vehicle of this size without a mounted turret. It would also be nice to see racetracks being played without the occasional madman trying to gun everyone down in the turret. While the Anti-Air Wraith may be useless in Foundry, we will be seeing some awesome vehicle combat in maps like Sandtrap and Sandbox. At first glance, I was thinking that the Ret Warthog would only be of cosmetic use. I shortly found out that the turret is mounted. This will be great for custom games like Terminator and stuff, and not to mention it far outlooks that of the normal mounted turret. The last vehicle I want to look at is the Elephant. Previously, it was only locked to Sandtrap, but 343 has hit a home run and has added the vehicle into some of the larger maps like Avalanche and Sandbox. Being able to move this vehicle around in Forge will make for some awesome custom games. Yeah, and I'm sure Elephant CTF and Elephant Racing is on everyone's mind. The amount of structures that have been added is absolutely insane. While some of these have been in other maps, it is nice to see the option being added to almost all of the maps. Here is everything that has been added to Foundry. Container Launch. While this object is longer than the double box, it is much shorter in height. Being paired with the other 2 crates will give players the height advantage. The only drawback is there is no opened version of this container. Fish Crate, Fish Pallet, Water Crate, and Supply Case are a few smaller crates that have been added. While I did like the original crate, it is nice to have other variants. For the forgers who want to build a simulated server room, they have added the generator and server. Players will now be able to build larger buildings, as 343 has added 4 new door styles: door small, medium, large, and just regular door, each ranging in height and length. The drawback to the doors is the lack of interaction. I think doors are meant for opening. Here's to one day having that option. 2 MOI vehicles have been added, the Electric Cart and Dinghy. While these 2 options may not have a use on Foundry, I'm sure we can come up with some awesome sled-style custom maps on Sandbox. The Tin Cup, 7 Wood, and Golf Ball are making their debut out of the Mythic maps. While I have no need for these items, I'm sure it would be nice for the Halo golfers to get a nice change in scenery. I thought the blue and red light were already in Foundry, as I have some recollection of seeing these lights on the Amplified map variant, but with further inspection I was unable to locate them in the console edition. Tube Shield and Covenant Ramp are 2 of my favorite additions. The Covenant-style custom games have been very limited in the past Halo games, due to the lack of Covenant-based structures, but now I can imagine this will push some of those boundaries. Hopefully they continue to release more Covenant-themed items. The Scaffolding, Wooden Bridge Large, and Wooden Bridge Thin are some of the best infected structures. We have seen them in maps like Ghost Town, but it will be nice to see what forgers can create on some of the other maps. The Barricade, Steel Barrier, and Flat Block will be fantastic for maps like Fat Kid. And lastly, we have the lighting effects. FX Nova, Pen and Ink, Old Timey, Colorblind, Gloomy, Juicy. Oh my gosh, guys, that's 31 items. It's absolutely insane. My favorite from this list are the Tube Shield and the Covenant Ring. Also, they have added 2 new items to the Equipment tab, and those are the Auto Turret and Spanker Ammo. I did some playing around with the Auto Turret, and I have one word for it: overpowered. The Spanker Ammo is a nice addition as well. I know when we are creating custom games, we would like to give the player with the rocket launcher more ammo without giving every player rocket launchers. This will be the perfect thing for those modes. One of the most important features has been the addition of the phased option to structures and items. This will honestly make forging so much more streamlined. Honestly, I've already seen a lot of forgers praising that option. Challenges were introduced all the way back in Reach, but when 343 took over the franchise, we didn't get to see that feature progress beyond that point. When Halo 2 released on PC, we finally got to see campaign challenges being added to MCC, but it had one major drawback: there was no HUD. 343 has heard our feedback, and I'm glad to see the HUD has finally arrived with this flight. It isn't just a replica of Halo Reach's challenge system either, but actually adds to that system. We now have challenges broken down into 3 categories: seasonal, I know guys, it's the first time we've heard that word in a while, weekly PvE, and weekly PvP. Under each category, we see the length of time for that rotation, the title of the challenge, a brief description, and a progress bar. As you hover over each of the challenges, we get to see a bit more detail. Starting from the top, we have the description restated. Then we get to see exactly what is rewarded. If you complete 3 of the Halo 3's campaign missions, you will unlock 3 armor tokens and 10,000 XP. In the middle of the challenge page, we see a category called Challenge Details. But currently, there is no description of what we can expect there. At the bottom of the page, we get to see which of the Halos that corresponds to that challenge. It is great to see them not only add challenges, but are finding ways to improve on the old system. With the launch of MCC on Xbox, a lot of people were surprised to see that 343 had stepped away from the normal customization and opted for armor sets. Thankfully, they have listened to fans and took the steps to finally give us true armor customization. Just like everything else in the flight, they have evolved this system. Now, when players go to customize their Spartan, they will notice that they have the option to change both of the shoulders. This will add a bit more personality to everyone's Spartan. Also, there has been an extra color option added to the mix, allowing you to alter the colors of details. As you can see here, the lead stripe changes when I change the detailed option. Now, I do remember that lead stripe changing color in the original Halo 3, but I think it was tied to the secondary color. For all the players who prefer to play as a female, they have somewhat listened. While they haven't fully added the option to change your gender, they have added the option, I'm saying the word option a lot, option to use a female voice. If you're still with the video though, comment down below which of these features are you glad to see. And alright, I believe this will be the perfect time to end the video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you can be the first to know exactly when we upload. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button as it helps us to know what videos you like to see. And like always guys, God bless and a 40 otherwise.